Welcome back to The Patient Man. Another beautiful beach session. Sorry if you guys don't like the beach, but I got an obsession with it. I love the peace it brings to me, to everything. It's so nice. I'll give you a flick before we start it. I'll give you a flick around. Look at that. They're just beautiful. I'm very blessed and very lucky to be where I am. I have no complaints at all. Yeah, spin it around to me. Come on. Let's go. Rightio. Today's subject's a pretty dense one. It's something that most men mightn't know in themselves, but I hope they do. What was your rock bottom? So if you've been to rock bottom and you've hit the absolute bottom of your life, what you perceive as the bottom of your life and what's caused you so much grief, what is that one thing? Or it might be several things, or it might be, who knows what it might be, but what is it? Because most people and most men, we're very resilient with stress. Many people around us may not think that, but we can take a lot of it. But what is it that really threw you off? What was it that gave you that stimulus and that crash to really hit the bottom? For me, it was interesting. I always struggled with myself and understanding about myself. But my rock bottom is a really, really personal one for me. Sorry, speaker. It's a real personal one for me, and I will share it with you guys because this is all about being vulnerable. I call it ego death. Now, you can call it as you want to call it. I love my spirituality, so for me it's an ego death. It's that destruction of self. This really peeled me back to my rawest form of a human. When my mother passed away, that was my biggest change in my life. As you could imagine, it obviously wasn't the most positive change. It was one of the hardest things to watch. And that tore me apart, as it should tear anyone apart. Losing your mother is not something you want to do. On experience, even though we all know we're going to experience loss, because it's just inevitable, when it does come knocking on the door, it is a shock, and especially if you're not ready for it. My whole life I built these amazing, what do I call it? Amazing coping mechanisms that allowed me to use bravado, humour, and all sorts of things to work through really hard times, which most people do. And it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. I love my coping mechanisms. I'm aware of them now. And I still let them in when they need to come in, but I witness them, I don't let them control me. But all these coping mechanisms that I had lined up perfectly, ready to go for any scenario, make sure I could feel safe, no matter where I am. When my mum passed away, every single coping mechanism I had, every single one, just got exploited. I had nothing. There wasn't a single way possible I could soothe myself or comfort myself. I went back to drinking really heavy that week or that fortnight. I projected, I won't say I embarrassed myself to my brothers, because I'm not embarrassed by it. That's all I had to give. I never realised how poor I was with my mental resilience until I got exposed in the real world. I couldn't take it. And I'm very gifted. I'm very lucky to say, and comfortable and confident to say, that I've never ever felt like harming or self-harming myself, or not feeling like I want to be in this world anymore. I've never got to that position. So with men who have, I do empathise, and I'm sorry. I wish I could understand, and it's a horrible time, I would say. So I see you and I hear you. But there was just so much of my life peeled apart in weeks. We knew Mum was dying from this cancer she had, 11 months. I had time to prepare, but nothing prepares for that day. And so I remember leaving that town with my wife in the car and driving back to my hometown of where I absolutely identify safety as, with my beautiful friends, my small country town. And we were driving over the hills and my brother rang me, and I was screaming at him. Saying, why doesn't anyone care about me? Why doesn't anyone care about me? I just left. Why doesn't anyone care? And I made everything about me. I never realised at the time I was so scared that I wasn't being seen and heard, that I missed the experience to have with my brothers of being with them, sharing that pain, and also celebrating that pain together, because I just couldn't cope with the mental stress it was causing me. So I ran away with my wife to my hometown to find comfort. My wife looked at me and she goes, you need to sort this out, because I don't know if I can deal with this for too much longer. Just being so sporadic and aggressively, just not aggressive. I've never been physically aggressive, especially not to women, but just projecting, just verbal, just horrible and very nasty energy. And as every man is, when a man is scared, every woman and every man knows when a man's off, because you can feel their energy. We got to Jerusalem and I just felt like someone put a giant blanket around me. Jerusalem is my hometown. I just dobbed myself in. Most beautiful town in the world. And I just got there and my wife and I just found a little unit, and we just stayed in this beautiful, peaceful town on the Billabong with the most loving and supporting friends in the world. And it took time for me to heal. So much time. It took me, we were there for a year and a bit, maybe nearly 2 years, and every day just felt a little bit different, but it also felt like the way I felt was the world just peeled me apart like a banana, and I was so vulnerable, I didn't even know where to go. But I'm so lucky and I'm blessed to have friends who supported me through that. And that's what led me to my wife and I moving up towards her family up here. And after I felt like it was time and I was happy to move on for a bit and try to experience life again, we moved up here to this beautiful place. And it was scary because I was moving away from a comfort zone, but it felt right because we were still moving near family, so it was good. Little did I know, little did Chris know, that by moving up here, not only we were moving here for my wife and her family, but there was that one day, and I will never forget this day, and men, I will tell you right now, don't ever discard what your wife says, because they do know you better than you know yourself sometimes. I remember projecting at my wife saying, well, you need to go see a psychologist, we need to do this, we need to do that. It's up to you to be better and this and that. And I remember opening the front door, and as I opened it, she was behind me. She said in this nice, calm voice, would you be interested in seeing a psychologist? And I just stopped and turned around and said, yeah, I think I do. that actual moment right there and then was my surrender to life. That was me saying, white flags, she is right. And she's beautiful for it, and I will love her always. She has helped me get here. But I needed help, man. I needed help. And that was the best support ever. I went and found a psychologist, and the rest is history. Life is so beautiful, and we are so lucky to be in this world of experience and turmoil. It's hard, it's easy, it's fun, it's childish, it's everything. It's all the emotions you can think of, this world. And I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to find myself and relieve myself of that undue stress that I always would put on myself. No one actually ever done it. It was just me. And I'm so thankful that Mum called me out. I think that was Mum's lesson to me, was if I can see it my way. I think my lesson was to get a bit of a life smack, because I think I knew, and my family knows, and my mum knew that I had a lot more to give to the world, but I just didn't know how to access it. Just being scared. Accessing it now feels so spacious and peaceful, and I owe it all to my mum and my brothers for showing me the way, my grandparents, my dad, my family, my close family, and my best friends. Everyone around me was my teacher. Everyone was showing me something, but I had to receive it. When you put that flag up and you surrender to life and what is, you really do feel very different very quickly. Things change dramatically. So I love all you guys out there. I love that we are so stoic and tough sometimes, but please remember that the people around you, unless they're projecting, are there to help. And as men, we love the number one, I'm okay, it's all good. And that's fine. Like, I get that you're all good, but you mightn't be. And there's nothing wrong with that. So question of the day. Question of the day. It's on my phone, sorry. Just want to say also, all the stuff I do on this channel is just off the bat. So I'll just read a subject. I'll put a subject up that I've picked, and then I'll freestyle it. Now, sometimes it might be waffle to you guys, or you might love it, but to me, it's just me being really vulnerable and hitting spots that I know I'd like to share with you guys. So if I stutter or say a word back to front, upside down or whatever, I'm not too stressed about it. I hope you guys aren't too stressed about it, but it's just me being in the flow and allowing myself to have space to be able to be vulnerable with you guys. So, question. What was your breaking point and how did you get back up? I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your survival. Even if not, I just want to hear your stories about it. What did break you? What was something that that life folded you in half like origami? And how did you come back from that? And if you haven't come back from it, or you didn't come back from it and you're still struggling, put something in the chat, because I tell you right now, I'm here for you. I'm here to help any way I can, give you an ear to listen to, a non-biased opinion, because we've all got the most beautiful parts inside of us. We just need to see it. And that's the hardest part, is unlocking that spaciousness and that peace and putting down the swords and allowing people in, because as a community and as humanoids, we are amazing, especially in numbers. We are powerful in numbers. So don't push each other away and don't push other people away who love you. Try to sit down, take a few big breaths, and allow people in your life, because you're worth it. We're all worth it. Love is all. That was a good one for me. Thank you.